Later this week, business, academic, and community leaders will gather at Southern Connecticut State University for another round of Shaping CT's Future. We have an event happening on workforce development. It's called the Workforce Development Velocity. It's a full-day event with a lot of different voices there to lend their expertise about how to retain and attract different kinds of talent. So here to talk about it, we have Jen Tyndall and Mel Nardiello with the Rebellion Group hosting this event. Of course, we're expecting another great turnout. And Jen, just tell me about what are some of the challenges that the workforce is facing right now?
Oh, well, we actually saw a report recently that unemployment, unfortunately, in our state has trended up a little bit, and that we've actually lost some workers coming into the state. However, on the good side of things, we actually have an uptick in the number of job openings that we have. So, at this point, the priority is trying to figure out how we can get people into those jobs.
Right. And we have such a great talent pool here in Connecticut, but the challenge also is keeping them in Connecticut and competing against all the other great states, especially in the region. So, Mel, from a marketing standpoint, how do you set Connecticut apart, especially trying to appeal to those younger workers that are entering the workforce for the first time?
Part of what we're doing is actually having events like this, because really what the younger workers are looking for is answers. Right. There's a lot of upheaval, there's a lot of, we just don't know how the future is going to shake out. How do they enter into the workforce, and what are the options for them? So I think the more that we can do to help let them know that there is plenty of opportunity in this state. There's a lot of different programs for upskilling, reskilling at any stage, entry and also mid of your career. And so I think the more that we can do to inform people about that, the better off they are, because then they realize that there is support here.
And Jen, the next step, once you onboard a great talent, the next step is retaining them and helping them progress in their career, advance where they are. How do you do that?
Well, a number of ways, actually. One is to make sure that people have a clear growth path. That's something that we've seen in our own workforce that's really important to people. So we actually have one of our panels that's devoted to talking about that, how you set that for people. But also creating a community where people want to stay, right? And also creating other things external to the workplace that will allow them to stay, such as paid leave and childcare and access to transportation, things that will make people want to remain in Connecticut.
Mm-hmm. Is that something that's going to be talked about this Friday? Because it is so important. It's totally different now, the landscape. The ball's kind of in the employee's court in some ways, and it's important for the employer to understand their wants and needs about flexibility. They want a nice workplace culture, and they want to be able to progress where they are. How important is that?
It's super important, and there's always going to be that push and pull. We do talk about that at this event. We talk about all aspects of workforce development, from the education side of how are we informing our high school students and college students, all the way to how are we helping them enter careers, and then from the employer side looking at how do they get the skills that they need. Right. Connecticut's getting really complicated industries where that's not skills that are regularly taught out there, so being able to work with them to make the kind of program so they can get the skills that they need, and we can help upskill people that need it.
And to that point, collaboration is talked about a lot. How important is the partnership between the different industries and the institutions that are teaching them before putting them out into the real world?
Oh, it's imperative, actually. And so I'm really excited about that fact with this event, because we're bringing together educators, we're bringing together CEOs, we're bringing together, politicians and legislators, so we can foster that conversation so that everybody can work together to figure out how we can grow people's skills here. One of the groups that I'm most excited to hear from are the ones that, as Mel was talking about, the ones that focus on getting people early on, getting people before they get in their career, and helping them understand the skills they need to be successful in their career. So those are the panels I'm really excited to hear about, because getting our talent when they're younger and bringing them up in Connecticut is invaluable.
What we found is it's actually the state employers and businesses that are helping to bring education to the students, and they're working with the schools, not only to provide, avenues to let them understand what's out there, but they are providing internships for students in high school to let them understand the different kinds of skills like manufacturing are out there, and they're also bringing programs to the different schools, high school and college level, to help supplement what's happening. So the employers are wildly important too.
So this is not just a networking event. This is a great piece of it.
Everything.
But it really offers so much more. So that brings me to the takeaways. What do you hope people take away from an event like this? Jen?
You know, I hope that people take away the fact that creating a great workforce in Connecticut it's the responsibility of everyone, that all of us can contribute to that, whether it's a business, whether it's government, whether it's educators, all of us have a role that we can play. And I hope that when people walk away, they feel inspired, that they have other ideas about what they can be doing, but also more importantly than actioning on those ideas.
Mel, when you think of the workforce here in Connecticut, you think of the next 5-10 years, what gets you excited? What are you hopeful about?
I am excited about the future because I'm really fortunate that I do get to, as an employer that helps bring skills to students, I get to work with some of the students in the high schools, and I am so impressed with them in how much they've already demonstrated from a soft skill perspective, from an understanding the world at large, to having passion and creativity to do something. So for me, I think some of those conversations about how we can just continue to set our future up for success is really going to be it.
Good turnout this year. Can people still go? And is it free?
Yes.
Yes. That's an important one.
Yes, free is important.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes.
So for more information, where can they go?
They can register. You can still register. It's free. You can come day of. Find everything you need at shapingctsfuture.com.
All day long, Southern Connecticut State University, Friday.
Doors open at 11.
And then you can see Jim Altman, who's going to be emceeing the event for another year. It's going to be a great event.
Yes.
Thanks so much to both of you, and best wishes for
Thank
another
you.
wonderful
Thank you for
event.
having us.
Thank you for having us.
We're going to send it back to you.